Um, all right. Good evening, everybody. So, year in review. Year's almost over. In fact, what do we have? 3 more days, 4 more days of the year. I've got Cameron. I see little Cam has just joined us. I've got Mario with us, and of course, there we go. Good evening, Battle.
Yes, indeed, I'm here. Your the magnificent Fee has chimed in, saying that she doesn't pay attention to everything that's happening, so a year-end wrap-up episode is right up my alley. Well, the question is, are we the source of that information you're looking for? No, I don't know.
We are tonight, and that hey, you need to Mario. You need to text Marco and tell him to watch the show tonight because we need 2 more live chats.
Unfortunately, it is. Let's see. It is 3 a.m. in the morning in Italy right now. I don't think you're going to get Marco.
Oh, so he's in bed, like a bitch.
He's in bed or on watch, one or the other.
Understood.
Working the ugly shift.
Yeah. Well, it has been a year, and we're going to try to summarize it tonight. Now, the way I've organized the summary tonight, Mario, rather than going month by month, I've gone category by category, and that'll start to make more sense once we get into it. So instead of saying, these things happened in January, these things happened in February, et cetera, it's good. Okay, we lost these national icons. We had these crime spikes. So for each category, we'll look at the whole year in that category, briefly for each one, and that's how we're going to do the show tonight. So, we
are gonna extrapolate on the probably what would be, at least in the right wing sphere, the biggest story of the year, which was the death of Charlie Kirk. Okay, correct. And the astroturfed schism that occurred in the right wing since that happened, right? Or I got that. I got you, fam.
Oh, okay. we're gonna have to spend quite a bit of time on that because it's severe. So if you're out there in Rumble land right now watching, call somebody, send a text message, share it on X. Yep. Right, help us bump those numbers up. We need at least 2 more people to make a comment before the end of the month.
And I need your, seriously, get your blue-haired aunt. Tell her that we are like hardcore Holocaust rape groypers, okay, and that she needs to turn into the show and tell us how that we're monsters, okay?
Yes,
please, okay. Anything.
Yes, exactly. So, without further ado, I think we're going to go ahead and hop behind the paywall.
No. It's too early for that, Chris. You didn't. You skipped the foreplay. Okay.
You need another 6 minutes of titty touching.
Oh, foreplay when I push. Oh, okay. No, that's not how we do live broadcasts. Okay. So, Aaron Olson asks, "Is there a Olsenite meter?" No, there won't be, but perhaps by the level of animation in my voice, okay, you'll be able to determine such. Okay, I'm a human barometer. I am a human barometer for such things. Okay, and tell us how your mom died in the Holly. Yeah, there's some boys on YouTube right now who are flying under the radar, Icarus style. Okay, and I think they're going to soon find their wings clipped because they're taking that way too far. Do you know what I'm talking about, Chris?
I don't.
Okay.
Is this something that needs to wait for the paywall?
No, it's fine. It's
okay.
Actually, yes. Yeah, come on. I don't want to give up my boys for the YouTube Jeet machine. Okay, to censor.
Right.
So yeah. But anyway, what's going on with me right now? Well, I mean, we haven't talked to the audience since Christmas, so I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas. All right. I kind of having my Christmas on Monday. Okay, my girls, my ex-wife and my girls are flying in tomorrow night going to pick them up, bring them to the house here, and we're going to do our gift giving the morning after. Okay, and I'll be spending pretty much a week with my girls. For me, that is the happiest time of the year. It's crazy. Like, I mean, you see your kids every day, Chris. Okay, I see them maybe 3 times a year at best, and that's not that. Some of that's my fault. Okay, I could go up there more often. All right, but regardless, it's kind of funny. You literally can sense that intrinsic oneness that you have with your children. The genetics, whether be it that my children bear a portion of my soul, that were carved from the same soul as me, that they're carved from the same genetics as me. Okay, we don't need long to catch up. Literally within one day, we just we mentally sync together. And it's a joy, and I pray to God I never lose that with these girls. You know what I mean? I never ever want them to be. I never ever want Daddy to be a stranger. You know what I mean, to them. So
Yeah.
Pray for me, guys. So, all right. But yeah, hope you all had a very Merry Christmas, and 2025 was indeed a significant year. A significant year in politics, in the news, in the determining the destiny of this country. Okay, but I think that 2025 may have been maybe a kind of a primer for what is to come in 2026. Okay, 2026 could be, dare I say, I hope it not to be. 2026 could be a very bad year for this country. Okay.
Well, it's going to be a very big year, either way.
It depends on what political capital our enemies have or are willing to spend. Okay, and they don't have infinite resources like they did in 2021. Okay, under the Biden administration. Okay, but they've been quiet recently. They've been relatively quiet by their standards. Okay, and I can sense it. I can sense it coming. Okay, like I said, human barometer.
Yeah,
2026 is going to be climactic. Okay, I can promise you.
I just finished another slideshow this morning. Kind of working in tandem with the slideshow for this evening show. I just finished one this morning that I'm going to use for the slide deck to go do the GOP talks that we talked about previously. Mm-hmm. I'm going to start doing those in the new year. And like you were talking about, they don't have infinite resources like they did in 2021. And that's a big chunk of why we saw a lot of the things we saw out of the left this year. This is game theory 101. We have effectively been interdicting their logistics and supply lines. And Trump was famously good at this, right? Trump spent less in each of the 3 elections that he won than the opponent that he was against. And the way he did that was pure Sun Tzu. The enemy spent a fortune, millions upon millions of dollars on press, on get out the vote stuff, on demonization campaigns, on Oppo research, et cetera, et cetera. And what happened? Trump flipped the script. He spent a fraction of what they spent. But while he did it, while he spent a fraction of what the enemy spent, his name was the thing that they were all talking about. And he managed to convert that into free press. This is Sun Tzu 101, game theory 101. You feed the soldiers off of the captured enemy supply, right? Logistics is a pain in the ass. It is monstrous to try and get food, right? An army marches on its belly, right? Aims bullets and bedrolls. And it is nightmare fuel to organize getting the supply to the troops. You can alleviate a great deal of that headache and that security vulnerability by capturing supply from the enemy. And Trump is an absolute master of that.
Yes,
now, that said, once you start interdicting their supply lines, like for example, Trump shutting down the border and stopping the influx of new illegal voters, what happened? They had a violent reaction, right? As soon as they were interdicted at the border and we stopped that influx of illegals that would become, you know, this is something we'll go into in great detail over and over again, especially as we approach in a few years the next census. Hostile foreign invaders don't have to vote to qualify as voting power because they get counted in the census, and House of their representation, electoral college votes, etc., are apportioned to the states where they reside. That's why California has so many hostile foreign invaders. They want them. That's why all your blue cancer cities and states have that sanctuary policy. They want the illegals because the illegals are people who can't vote in theory, but who count in the census, which is ludicrous. And when we interdicted that supply line, they rioted.
Well, they're in California they can vote. Okay, that's a certainty. And in California, yes, of course, it's a uni party. It's more uni. Look, we talk about the uni party as it is a consortium of people on the Democrat and Republican who effectively work together to ensure that there is a status to ensure that the status quo remains the same. Okay.
Right.
When I say that California is a uni party, I mean that it is only the Democrat Party.
Yes.
And you might have various factions, more radical factions within, but they all coalesce essentially under the banner because they hate us more than they love themselves. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's easy.
Unlike the shills in DC, California doesn't even have the pretense of having an opposition party.
Right. So illegals are basically any form of immigrant, okay, legal or otherwise in California, serves to basically replace the people who are leaving California. Okay, Americans are leaving California in droves. Foreigners are, of course, still piling in. All right, and foreigners are here to do the jobs that Americans will not do, namely vote for the Democrat Party. Okay, so and that is that's California in a nutshell. Ronald Reagan's made a horrifying mistake in 1986 when he passed that amnesty bill, which allowed basically 3 million illegal migrants in California to remain there and to give them citizenship. That was a absolute disaster of the Reagan administration. The worst thing he did. And I mean, he was missing a piece of his parietal lobe from basically the first month in office after they tried to kill him. So he was in mental decline quickly. Now, you're talking about Trump being great at logistics. Okay, you mean sure, I agree with you. I think that in 2025, the right has done an excellent job winning on the battlefield. Okay, seizing logistics, seizing the supply chains, and winning the fight on the battlefield. Okay, the problem is we have not taken any castles. We have not laid siege to any fortresses.
Correct.
Okay. We are not taking the institutional power away from them. We are just dominating and basically doing like in Braveheart, lifting the kilt and showing them our asses. You know what I mean? That's not going to give us long-term success because they're behind their walls in their garrisons and they're scheming what they're going to do next. Okay. And what they do next will be, as the stakes get increasingly more, as the stakes raise, their methods will be even more unscrupulous as we go forward. Okay, you can expect outright anti-Americanism, outright anti-white hatred being the norm coming from the Democrat Party. Expect it, and if you live in a blue cancer, you already see it every day. All right, so all right.
Yep.
I think I covered the fluff. I covered the spread there. If you want to go behind the paywall, then by all means, go ahead.
I didn't make a new song to go behind the paywall tonight. You got a request?
Hey, audience, that was your cue. Type. type.
Or you, Mario. What do you want?
Oh man. Well, after all that Debbie Downer nonsense, I guess we can't play the beautiful Christmas song you made. You know me. Martyrs are monsters.
All right. Do we have anybody in the chat? He says, I'm typing.
David,
hey, I got a wild Cyver has appeared.
David, he wants Goodbye Horses from I'd fuck me. Goodbye Horses. You familiar?
I'm not.
Remember the scene in Silence of the Lambs where Buffalo Bill is tucking his penis and dancing around his seamster shop.
Yeah.
And it's like, goodbye horses, I can't be wrong. I said, oh no, sir, you can't be wrong. Yeah, man. I mean, that is kind of my feeling right now, minus the whole training nonsense.
All right. Well, since we don't have any serious requests out of the chat yet, let's go with Martyrs or Monsters for Martyrs. All your Martyrs or Monsters for Mario.
You have to request songs that he has made. Okay, Sophie. No, we don't get Europe the Final Countdown. Okay, as appropriate as that might be. All right. And so
all right. Unfathomably based.
They light the torches, chant the names, build their altars out of flames. Every sinner's crown of thorns, sold in their culture wars. They preach compassion, sell the rage, turn their prisons into stage. Their saints wear mugshots, their prophets steal. They burn the truth and call it real. Oh, they're martyrs or monsters, born of lies and pride. They cry for mercy while the innocent die. Oh, they're martyrs or monsters, built from their sins. Keep the cameras rolling, call that justice again. They sanctify the broken glass, bleeding hands, the riot mass, names carved deep in city streets, halos hung on their deceit. They preach forgiveness, never peace, feed the mob, they never cease. They don't want truth, they want control, trade their souls for the victim role. They want blood, they want fame, addicted to the chaos game. Oh, they're martyrs or monsters, virtue wrapped in vice. They sell their stories, never pay the price. Oh, they're martyrs or monsters, born from fire and lies, and they worship everyone till the last truth dies. They built their temples on broken backs, preach forgiveness while lighting a match. They want a savior, look inside. All their martyrs were monsters before the day they died. They died.
All right, and we're back.
Oh, timing. Ooh, getting good.
Oh, I was supposed to do this bit.